Okay, week 7 began with the Jags beating the Saints, but now it's time for the rest of your picks. Let's get started because I don't have time for this bullshit tonight. Falcons going on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is an interesting matchup as far as the coaching is concerned. Both coaches, when you watch them coach the game or whatever, it seems like they're snorting etch and sketch powder and drinking snow globe water. That's how fucking bad the coaching is sometimes. Seriously, both coaches make head scratching decisions. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm still not a firm believer in the Falcons, and last week confirmed my suspicions when the Commanders went into Atlanta and beat them. And look for the Buccaneers to do the same. I know the Bucs lost to the Detroit Lions. That's only because the Lions are actually a good football team this year. If they lose to the Falcons, however, then I'll worry about the Buccaneers. But take the Bucs to win this game. Raiders going on the road to take on the Bears, and this is a battle of the backup quarterbacks, I guess. At least Brian Hoyer most likely will get the start for the Raiders, and not Aiden O'Connell, who doesn't even look Irish. He looks more like a fucking an Irish redneck trucker or something like that. I don't fucking know, but who the fuck am I to judge? And the Bears quarterback is. His last name is Bagent. I don't remember his first name, nor do I give a flying fuck, because that's how great he is. His first play from... all I remember about him is that it was his first play from scrimmage. He looked nervous as fuck. I'll just put it that way. And could Josh McDaniels actually be over 500 for the first time this late in the season since 2009 when he was with the Broncos? Ooh, god damn it. God fucking damn it. Gotta flip this one. And you better land on my hand and none of that stupid weird shit. Oh my god, it actually did something. Tails. Oh, fuck me. I'll take the Raiders to win this game, but I swear to God, I think it would... I really should take Chicago again, only because some things sometimes can be just too good to be true, and Brian Hoyer, we've seen all we can see out of Brian Hoyer, quite frankly. But I just don't think Bagent or Bagent, whatever the fuck you want to call him, is going to be any better. Browns going on the road to take on the Colts, so it looks like Deshaun Watson is most likely going to play. I don't think it's going to matter either way, because quite frankly, off the field bullshit aside, which is exactly that, bullshit. Deshaun Watson's just not a good quarterback. I mean, he's definitely not a franchise type quarterback, and the Browns. I think it's common knowledge at this point that the Browns made a huge mistake trading for him and giving him the guaranteed money. And quite frankly, I know some people are going to take the Browns. I'm going to take the Colts to win this one. I know it sounds crazy, but the Colts. I know they got blown out by Jacksonville again. Eventually, when it was said and done, but I don't like this. I just don't like this Browns team long term. Their offense does not scare me one fucking bit, quite frankly. I know they beat the 49ers. Congrats on that. Yippee the fuck on that. But I just don't think the Browns can win back-to-back games, and I don't know how effective Deshaun Watson is going to be if he plays. It's either going to be him or DTR, which stands for demoralizing, traumatizing retard. I was trying to say that last week, but fucked it up. But yeah, go ahead and take the Colts to win this one. Commanders going on the road to take on the Giants, staying on the road, I should say. And I gotta take the Commanders to win this one. that Giants offensive line just seems to be on the injury report every fucking week. It seems every fucking week you see someone new on the offensive line. That's not a recipe for success. It's safe to say the Giants have caught the injury bug even before the season started. That's how bad it is. But yeah, take the Commanders to win. Lions going on the road to take on the Baltimore Ravens. This one should be an interesting one. Unlike the last time these two teams met, nothing interesting happened at all. Justin Tucker did not kick a 66-yard field goal, which would have been an NFL record to win the game for the Lions. For the Ravens, excuse the fuck out of me. Obviously, that's a fucking joke. All that shit fucking happened. Of course, the Lions are a different team now than they were 2 years ago. I think it's plain as fucking day. Hell, I would argue they're a different team than they were last season. And they were starting to improve heading in late into last season. And I gotta give the devil his due. Jared Goff has actually been playing decent, has been playing well actually. So it's not just. I mean, it's almost as if he's like rediscovering himself since he parted ways with Sean McVay. Not by his choice, I can assure you of that. But yeah, and as far as the Ravens go, they pick up a much-needed victory against the Titans in London. Shit. God damn it, I gotta flip to this one too now. Tails again. Interesting. I think the Lions are getting talked up way too much. So with that in mind, take the Ravens to win this game. The Buffalo Bills, they go on the road to take on the Patriots. The struggle was expected to happen, but even then, I gotta call bullshit on that because the Jaguars were able to play a decent fucking game against actually a good fucking game against the Colts. They were able to blow them out by at least 10 points, and their offense actually did, and their offense did quite all right on that Thursday night game. So the fact that the Buffalo Bills had to struggle against the hapless Giants, a lot of it is probably because someone must have made a live bet, I guess, and whatever. But at the same token, regardless of the situation, Buffalo is not exactly been consistent this year. And once again, you gotta blame it. Once again, you have no choice but to use injuries as the excuse to why this is happening again. And as far as the Patriots, well, they lose another game, and they lose to Josh McDaniels, which is typical of Belichick, always losing to his former assistant coaches. He lost to Al Groh back in the day. He lost to Mangini, of course. Way back in the day. I'm not going to count Vrabel, but I am going to count Patricia. I'm not counting Vrabel because he wasn't because he wasn't an assistant coach for the Patriots. And there's just so many I can't even keep track. That's how piss poor everything is. Yeah, it's looking like the Patriots dynasty is. It looks like the Patriots are finally crashing down to earth after 20 years of dominance. And alleged. Well, it wasn't alleged cheating. They did get caught doing it, but I think some of the cheating is a little bit subjective, in my opinion. But in any event, take Buffalo to win, I guess. But you got to think the Patriots have got to win a home game eventually, right? I mean, right? I mean, holy fucking shit, man! This Patriots team is bad. Really fucking bad. Late afternoon games. Cardinals going on the road to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Well, the Seahawks suffer a setback against the Cincinnati Bengals. That was actually a very entertaining game. The Bengals made Geno Smith look like 2013 Geno Smith. I think that Geno Smith, and frankly, that Geno Smith has finally returned. I mean, he has been very inconsistent, because he has always been inconsistent. Last year was the exception to the rule, but that's the exception to the rule. It's not the rule. I'm going to take the Seahawks to defeat the Cardinals here because the Cardinals are starting to finally show who the fuck they really are, and they're not a good football team. And the Seahawks are still a decent one. Steelers going on the road to take on the Rams. I gotta take the Rams. I want to take Pittsburgh. I really do. But Matt, the thing about Pittsburgh, the Steelers at this point are just there. And it's hard, and it's been a long time since I've been able to say that too. I mean, granted, the Steelers have had some mediocre seasons, even with Roethlisberger at quarterback. I understand all that, but that the Steelers, they just can't seem to make up their fucking minds. And I understand the Rams' defense is still in that rebuilding phase. I understand, and I understand Pittsburgh's defense is pretty decent. I'm taking the Rams because I don't trust Pittsburgh's offense. Matt Canada stinks. I know, blame Canada, but Jesus fucking Christ. All right, moving on quickly. Chargers going on the road to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Last year, the Chiefs actually swept the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego. Of course, the Chiefs. Will the Chiefs be a little bit rusty after that game against the Broncos? I believe they will be. And the Chargers. Oh dear God. Nothing more cringy than a Justin Herbert interception. Don't get me wrong. The Justin Herbert interception was cringy. The excuse makers for Justin Herbert are even cringier. But the cringiest was that fucking fan. And I do believe it was a planted fan, quite frankly, because I know other people have said it, but it's just the fucking truth of the matter. Chargers fans are not passionate about their football team. I mean, I'm sorry. She could, and the lady can defend that her fandom all she fucking wants. That doesn't mean she could defend it until she pees out her fucking ovaries for all I give a flying fuck. That doesn't necessarily make it true. Give me a fucking break. But enough about that shit. The Chargers got their asses kicked by the Cowboys on the final fucking minute, on the waning moments of the fucking game. And I don't know why I took the fucking Chargers to win the game. Jesus fucking Christ. And can we stop overrating the shit out of Justin Herbert? I saw a couple videos today. They saw a stupid fucking tier list. And yes, this fucking asswipe with a bad fucking comb over, by the way. Again, but I'm the last person to be judging other people's hair. But I do have hair, but I just wear hats just for the fuck of it. But in any event, seriously, this is the problem. And I get it. With Dak Prescott, although there are excuse makers for Dak Prescott as well, but when Dak Prescott fucks up and makes stupid, dumbass decisions, people will fucking criticize the shit out of him, as they should, quite frankly. But when Justin Herbert does the same fucking shit as Dak does, there's always an excuse. Same with Josh Allen, quite frankly. I'm getting a little sick and tired of people overeating the shit out of him too. But in the case of Herbert, it's Oh, it's because of coaching. Well, you got rid of Joe Lombardi and you brought in Kellen Moore, and Kellen Moore was supposed to fix Justin Herbert. I understand it's not supposed to happen right off the bat, but come the fuck on. It's week fucking 7. And if it's not them, it's Brandon Staley's horrible analytic coaching. And I agree to a point. Nobody's making excuses for Brandon Staley. But goddamn, the cocksucking of fucking Justin Herbert needs to fucking stop at some point. Right? I guess not, though, because... goddamn. And it wouldn't surprise me... It wouldn't surprise me to see the Chargers win, but I gotta take the Chiefs. Chiefs. And yes, Mahomes is another quarterback that people like to overrate the shit out of. Granted, he's not as overrated as he was a few years ago, but overrated nonetheless. Lots of quarterbacks are overrated as far as I'm concerned. Packers going on the road to take on the Denver Broncos. Oh boy. I never thought I'd say this but this is definitely the cream of the crap for Week 7. I'm sure there's another game that features horrible football teams. My God. My fucking God. Everybody was making excuses for Russell Wilson. Saying, Russell Wilson hasn't been playing too bad. Yeah, except you have to actually watch the fucking games and stop worrying about the stat line. Stats are great, I get all that, but... and he statistically played like shit against Kansas City, by the way. And he sucked on the field. Ugh. And I know what I said last week, that I wasn't going to take the Broncos unless they were facing an opponent just as retarded, if not more so. But if there was a time for the Broncos to win a game, it's this fucking Sunday. Hey, they don't win. I mean, their season's over regardless, but you kind of listen. And I understand some Broncos fans want to see this team lose so that they can blow. Some want them to do it so they can just simply blow shit up, which is totally understandable. But others want to see this team lose because they want to get a top 3 pick and get a quarterback, because they think quarterback is the biggest problem on this team. Russell Wilson's not the answer. I agree with you there. But there are other issues to go along with it. Like the wide receiving core, that's fucking dog shit. The fucking defense, get the fuck out of here with the defense. And no, firing Vance Joseph midway through the season isn't going to fix things either. But I get that too. It's not just about magically fixing things. It's about evaluating what you fucking have at this point. That's what 2023 was supposed to be about. That's what 2017 was supposed to be about. And yet the Broncos kept kicking the can down the road, and it's finally biting them in the ass. But I gotta take the Broncos to win here because I don't necessarily trust Matt LaFleur. I'm sorry, Matt LaCour. Every time, and I call him LaCour because I feel like taking a fucking drink every time I see his pathetic looking face. And I don't even fucking drink that much, if at all. Fuck's sake. Sunday Night Football. Easily the game of the week. Dolphins going on the road to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. I am intrigued by this one because I want to see how the Dolphins do. They failed the first test when they faced Buffalo at full strength, right? Now they just have to face the defending NFC champs. I mean, that's all. No pressure, by the way. And they might be getting them at full fucking strength. As far as the Eagles go, wow. You lose to the Jets for the first time in franchise history. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe Philadelphia should stop playing with their fucking food instead, because eventually it's going to be eaten by somebody else. And guess what? The Jets took the Eagles' fucking dinner and enjoyed every fucking second of it. It's hilarious. As for I do believe that the loss to the Jets was a fluke. Take the Eagles to defeat the Dolphins, and this is, listen, nothing against the Miami Dolphins. They're playing good football by hook or crook, but I'm not convinced that the Dolphins can beat a top quality team like the Eagles. And finally, on Monday Night Football, 49ers going on the road to take on the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings do end up beating the Bears. My apologies on that. And the 49ers, when you lose what do you know? When you lose Christian McCaffrey, when you lose Trent Williams, or when you lose Deebo Samuel, you're one of your better players. Who would have guessed Brock Purdy's not that good of a quarterback? I mean, it's just one game and all that bullshit. And agreed, understandable. But what's also understandable is that Brock Purdy kind of got exposed by the Browns, and by the fact, and not just by the Browns, but by the fact that without Christian McCaffrey, without Deebo Samuel, Brock Purdy's not a good quarterback. Is not that good of a quarterback. I mean, he was picked he was the last pick of the 2022 draft for a reason. And the last time the 49ers beat the Vikings was in September. I'm sorry, and let me rephrase that. The last time they beat the Vikings in Minnesota was in September of 1983. Yes, 40 years since the 49ers beat the Vikings in Minnesota. This is not a simple gimme. What the fuck was that? Oh, it's the fucking light bulb. Anyway, this is not a simple gimme game. It's coin flip time, motherfuckers. Heads. Ooh, dear. Oh, God. This is a toughie because Kirk Cousins stinks on primetime national television. With limited exceptions, of course. On the other hand, it's been 40 years since the 49ers won a game in Minnesota. Let me just pick a fucking game. Unfortunately, I don't think the 49ers are gonna. I don't think 40 years is gonna be enough. Take the Vikings. I know. I'm taking a gamble with Kirk Cousins and everything. And I know this Vikings team. Is not good. Shit. Fuck it. If I'm wrong, I don't give a fuck. Take the 49ers to defeat the Vikings. There's still something wrong with the Vikings. That loss to the Bears, that victory over the Bears, excuse the fuck out of me. I'm still not convinced that the Vikings can get it done long term. So with that being said, let's see what happens when the chaos continues, and I expect the chaos to continue in Week 7 as well. Well, as much throughout the entire season in general. So with that being said, that's it. That's all. Till next time, later, fuckers.